It's time now for the Period Channel News Nun Report for this Thursday, August 20th, 2014. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here, and now the top story at 12 noon here on this Thursday afternoon here. Protesters tried to burst into Ukrainian Defense Ministry in Kiev on August 20th as they rallied to demand help for support of volunteer troops surrounded by pro-Russia militants in the small city of Izvrin, a suburb of Donetsk. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie tied the knot this weekend in France. A spokesperson for the couple has confirmed the new presence of their 6 children. 43 UN peacekeepers are being held in an armed group in the Syrian Golan Heights, the UN spokesperson said. The UN Disengagement Observer Force, UNDOF, is personnel were detained near Kantara during fighting between Syrian rebels. Bruce Aylward, WHO Assistant Director General, speaks to the media during a press conference about the WHO briefing on the Ebola roadmap. LG's G Watch R and Samsung's Gear S do little to shake up the wearable market. Perhaps Apple's upcoming device will. In Beirut, Islamic State fighters executed scores of Syrian soldiers captured when the militants seized an air base in the province of Raqqa at the weekend, according to a video posted on YouTube on Thursday. In Deerfield, Virginia, a military jet from Massachusetts crashed into the mountains of western Virginia on Wednesday morning, but the pilot has not been found. Now that the Israeli airways have stopped, Bara Abu Daga has his family are waiting for the construction men to come rebuild their house. Afghanistan has faced the prospect of a constitutional power vacuum after Hamid Karzai, its president since 2002, warned that he would step down immediately despite a deadlock over his successor. Turkey's Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan to become a president, the 60-year-old took the oath to abide the constitution, the rule of law and democracy and the principles of the secular republic in a ceremony attended by foreign guests at the parliament. In London, British Prime Minister David Cameron suffered a setback on Thursday when a lawmaker from his ruling Conservative Party unexpectedly defected to the UK Independence Party, which wants Britain to leave the European Union. New York. Boston Marathon bombing suspect Johar Sarnav's sister was arrested Wednesday on suspicion she threatened to bomb a woman who had previously had a romantic relationship with her boyfriend. Guns still plague America like an incurable social disease, and Congress does. As guns don't kill people, 9-year-old girls with ponytails and pink shorts on summer vacation do. Just ask the National Rifle Association. In Omaha, Nebraska, the Omaha police chief said Wednesday that the fatal shooting of a crew member filming a television show Cops by one of his officers was an unfortunate incident and that it appeared that the 3 officers involved had acted. Huge surf threw dozens of surfers, boogie boards, and body surfers along with thousands of onlookers to the wedge to Newport Beach as big waves could hit the California coastline as Hurricane Marie effect wanes. In Washington, the U.S. economy rebounded more strongly than initially thought as the second quarter, with more of the growth being driven by domestic demand and less than restructured by the businesses. Workers at the Market Basket supermarket chain just successfully undertook a high-risk job action with potentially historic repercussions. Here, New York U.S. stocks stepped back Thursday after worries about Russian aggression toward Ukraine ramped up with S&P retreating more than 2009 and an ended 3-day winning streak. Details in stocks in a couple of minutes. Here, pending home sales rebounded in July after falling in June above a home with a sale pending in Quincy, Massachusetts. As home sales rebounded in July after falling in June. The Twitch video game streaming service went offline for several hours last night, possibly as a result of a distributed denial of service attack, which would make it for the latest of a series of attacks on an online gaming services. Here, Microsoft Corporation's Chief Executive Officer Satya Nadella is set to visit China next month, and Reuters reported today Saturday that a unnamed source familiar with the matter. Joan Rivers has been rushed to the hospital after she stopped breathing during surgery on Thursday. Rivers' A1 was at a New York City clinic for a throat procedure on her vocal cords when the complications occurred, reports TMZ. No one told Jimmy Kimmel's viewers that life was going to be that way as actress Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, and Lisa Kudrow staged a surprise Friends reunion on Jimmy Kimmel Live. That's the question people are asking this week after host of Outlets picked up Fox.com's interview with the Sopranos executive producer David Chase, where he seemed to suggest that the character by James Gandolfini played Tony Soprano survived on the show. In a new sport for Snickers, Johnny Manziel becomes Johnny Jam Boogie as an aerobics instructor who looks about as comfortable in front of this class as Manziel does an NFL pocket, and today the Red Sox have tonight off. Tomorrow they'll have a 4-game series on the Labor Day weekend against the Tampa Bay Rays down in St. Pete. And the New England Patriots will wrap up the 2014 preseason tonight down in Meadowlands for a date with the New York Giants. Science in terms of evolution, life as we know it, it began on Earth's surface. At some point, those fish developed the ability to walk on land using their fins as simple walking independent digits 0. A ruling by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration bumps the number of protected coral species to 22. A photo of pillar coral stretched from coral bleaching. The mystery of the Salem stones has been solved. For years, the enormous stones have been moving across the racetrack playa of Death Valley National Park, leaving engraved trails into the smutty surface behind. U.S. health officials announced that the first human trial of an experimental Ebola vaccine will start next weekend. That trials of the other vaccines will follow close in its heels. Here, take a look at the New England incident alerts here. And in Saugus, Massachusetts, Route 1 northbound, a 2-car motor vehicle accident on Essex Street. Raynham, Massachusetts, vehicle fire on Interstate 495 prior to exit 8 and right lanes closed. And heavy traffic backup reported here. And in Nashua, New Hampshire, a traumatic injury. 100 block East Hall Street, a 13-month-old fell from first-story window. Unknown extended injuries, EMS evaluate. Okay, let's take a look at the Noontime Stock Market report here. Stocks, Dow Jones 17,066.37, down 55.64. S&P 500 1995.85, down 427. And Nasdaq 45 59.21, down 1041. Here in the European markets, here DAX 9462.56, down 107.15. FTSE 6805.80, down 24.86, and CAC 40 4366.04, down 29.22. Asian markets, Nikkei 15.59.86, down 34.96. Shanghai 295.82, down 13.65. HSI 24.741, down 177 and 3/4 here. Oil markets here, 94.39, up 51 cents. Brent 102.54, down 18 cents. And natural gas 4.006, down up 0.03 of a point here. Gold 1291.20, up 7.80. Silver 19.525, up 12 cents. And copper 3.1275, down 0.0505. US 10-year yield 2.3361, down 25 thousandths of a point. Germany 10-year yield 0.08%, down 6 thousandths of a point. And Germany's 10-year yield 4.89%, down 3 thousandths of a point here. And the index here 1.3175, down 17 thousandths of a point. US dollar Germany's yen 103.76, down 900ths of a point, and Great Britain Prime US dollar 1.6576, up 1,000ths of a point. The Peter Channel News time is now 12:08, and it's time now for the travel report here. The lunchtime commute here on this Thursday. And it shows Southeast Expressway Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, slow from the Pike all the way down to the Dorchester here. Route 3 south, a little slow around the Hingham stretch here. And 495 southbound. Accident as you approach the Mass Pike in Westboro here. And 495 on the northbound side, due to an accident on Raynham, approaching 138 in Raynham on the northbound side, 495, slow from 24 to you approach 138 in Raynham, and 24 southbound slow from 495 in Raynham as you approach 44 in Raynham here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commuting store on this Thursday high noon here. And now, taking a look at our weather report here. Our current conditions here in Norton, 81 degrees of temperature with a humidity of 39%, wind speed northwest about 8 miles per hour, 2.54 degrees, and a visibility of 10 miles. Barometer 29.82 inches and a heat index. Excuse me. 79 degrees here. In our current conditions, man, region, we have a 78 degree temperature reading for Boston, 78 for Fitchburg, 75 for Bedford, 77 in Beverly, 72 in Worcester and Webster, 66 in Sturbridge, it's 78 in Norwood, 79 in Taunton, 79 in Bedford, 75 out in Plymouth, 72 in Provincetown, 76 in Chatham, 77 in Falmouth, 77 in Martha's Vineyard, 71 in Cape Cod Bay, 72 in Nantucket, 77 in Block Island, 79 in Westerly and Providence, 75 in Smithfield, 73 in Long Island, 77 in Bridgeport, 73 in New Haven, 73 in Danbury, 72 in Waterbury, 76 in the I-91 corridor from Meriden down to Hartford, Connecticut, and Windsor, Connecticut, 77 in Springfield, 71 in Amherst and Greenfield and in North Adams, 71 in North York State capital of Albany, New York, 67 out in Pittsfield, 71 in Bennington, 68 in Brattleboro, 73 in Keene, New Hampshire, 70 out in Jaffrey and Manchester, New Hampshire, 73 in Concord, New Hampshire, 75 in Nashua, New Hampshire, 76 in Pottsville, New Hampshire, 74 in Portland, Maine, 76 in Montauk, 74 in Islip, and it's 77 out in New York City here. Take a look at our national outlook here. Station front connected from the northeastern tip of Mexico, southeastern tip of Texas, stretching in the Gulf of Mexico, stretching halfway between South Florida and Havana, Cuba, and stretching out to sea. While a cold front from northern New Mexico, stretching it down for eastern Colorado, stretching it down for Nebraska, and a warm front from Nebraska stretching in Missouri, and a cold front from Missouri stretching it in Kentucky, down for the Virginias, and out to sea from the New England coast and over Nova Scotia here. And a cold front from southern Alberta stretching Saskatchewan down to Manitoba, and a warm front down from Ontario, and a cold front from southern western British Columbia here. And further by from eastern Washington, Oregon, further by from southern Nevada, down for Arizona, down for the Gulf of California, and a further by from Kansas, stretching in Oklahoma, and down for Texas. High pressure in Atlanta, Georgia here, and eastern portions of UP and Michigan here, and eastern California and western Colorado, while low pressure in eastern Washington and southeastern Oregon, southeastern Texas, and central Nebraska here. 67 degrees of temperature around Pittsburgh. It's 80 in Washington, D.C., 78 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami. It is 83 in Brownsville, Texas, 82 in Dallas, Texas. It's 79 in Kansas City, 72 in Omaha, Nebraska, 70 in Chicago, 68 in Detroit, 66 in Minneapolis, 64 in Great Falls, Montana, 60 in Seattle, 61 in San Francisco, 71 in Los Angeles, 79 in Las Vegas, 62 in Salt Lake City, 57 in Denver, 62 out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and 88 out in Phoenix, Arizona here. Take a look what is going on in the tropics here. And our latest on Cristobal here. And the latest on Cristobal here, it is 36.9 in the north, 65.9 in the west. The maximum sustained winds about 75 miles per hour. Movement northeast about 26 miles per hour here. And it's public advisory here. Cristobal headed for the North Atlantic and large swells affecting the mid-Atlantic and northeast coast of the United States here. It has changes with its advisory. The Bermuda Water Reserve Service has discontinued tropical storm watch for Bermuda, and tsunami watches and warnings in effect. At 11 a.m. Atlantic time, 15 UTC, the center of Hurricane Cristobal was located in latitude 36.9 in the north, longitude 65.9 in the west, and Cristobal is moving toward the northeast near 26 miles per 43 kilometers an hour. And in this general motion with an increase in the forward speed is expected over the next 48 hours. And on the forecast track, the center of the Cristobal will move rapidly toward the North Atlantic and pass well south of Nova Scotia tonight. Max sustained wind gusts near 75 miles per 120 kilometers an hour with higher gusts and some strength in its forecast today, and Cristobal is expected to become a powerful extratropical cyclone over the North Atlantic on Friday. Hurricane force winds extend upward up to 60 miles per hour, 95 kilometers an hour from the center, and the tropical storm force winds extend upwards up to 205 miles, 335 kilometers an hour. The estimated minimum central pressure is 983 millibars and 29.03 inches here. And as it will affect the land, surf swells generated by Cristobal are affected Bermuda and the U.S. East Coast from North Carolina and northwards of New England here, and large swells are also beginning to affect portions of the southern coast of Nova Scotia. These swells are likely to cause light, threatening surf and rip current conditions here. For more information, please consult products from your local weather office here. And we got not one, not two, but three trouble disturbances. Let's take a look at disturbance number one here. A weak area of low pressure. It's a weak area of low pressure near the coast of South Texas is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms, and significant development of this system is unlikely before it moves inland over South Texas and northern Mexico today. And formation chance for 4 hours, low 10%, and formation chance of 5 days, low 10% here. And a tropical wave is located over the eastern Caribbean Sea, continues to produce disorganized cloudiness and showers, and upper level winds are expected to remain unfavorable for development during the next couple of days while the system moves across the eastern central Caribbean Sea. However, environmental conditions could become conducive for some development when the system moves over the northwestern Caribbean Sea on Sunday and into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico early next week. Formation chance for 4 hours, low near 0%, and formation chance for 5 days, low 20% here. And disturbance number 3. A tropical wave is forecast to move off the west coast of Africa on Friday, and environmental conditions could be conducive for some gradual development of the system while it moves westward about 10 to 15 miles per across the eastern Atlantic early next week. Here, information chance for 4 hours, low near 0%, information chance for 5 days, medium about 30% here. And take a look at the eastern Pacific. The latest on Tropical Storm Marie. It is 25.4 in the north, 120.9 in the west. The maximum sustained winds about 45 miles per hour. Movement northwest about 15 miles per hour here. And a public advisory forecasting Marie gradually weakening and expected to become post-tropical in the night here. And at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern time, the central tropical storm Marie was located near latitude 25.4 in the north, longitude 120.9 in the west. And Marie is moving toward the northwest near 15 miles per 24 kilometers an hour. This general motion with a decrease in forward speed is expected to continue for the next couple of days here. Max sustained winds have decreased to 45 miles per 75 kilometers an hour with higher gusts, and gradual weakening is forecast during the next 48 hours. And Maria is expected to become a post-tropical cyclone tonight, and tropical force winds extend outward up to 185 miles per 295 kilometers from the center. The estimated minimum central pressure is 997 millibars to 29.44 inches here. Surf swells joined by Maria are expected to gradually subside in the extreme southern Gulf of California today, and will be gradually subside along the west coast of Baja California Peninsula and southern California Friday. And light threatening and surfing whip currents conditions are likely a result of the swells as well as minor coastal flooding. And for more information, please consult your products from your local weather office here. And let's take a look at a forecast discussion around the country here. The flash flood threat is expected to shift from the central plains to the upper Midwest on Thursday and Friday. The main event is speak to the forecast period will be heavy rain, expected to shift from the central plains today to the upper Midwest by Friday. And upper level to ejection in the central plains will continue to produce expansive area showers and thunderstorms from the plains and Great Lakes, and the heaviest and most organized of the convective activity should congregate ahead of the upper trough and around. The surface will slowly lift the northeast wind into the upper Great Lakes. Strong thunderstorms with heavy rains are forecast to move throughout the central plains by this morning. Across the upper middle Mississippi throughout the day, and then the upper Midwest by tomorrow morning. As well, WPC has highlighted a slight to moderate risk by flash flood and spanning from the central plains to the upper Midwest on Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, weak tropical energy moving westward into southern Texas may bring some mainly scattered showers and thunderstorms to the portions of the western Gulf Coast states, but the heaviest rain should remain offshore. And towards the end of the forecast period, a patch of above level energy ahead of the main trail to the west could expand some of the precipitation into the portions of the central and east coast states, as well as where cold front dropping from central Canada may trigger a few showers and thunderstorms across the northern Rockies on Friday, but should remain isolated in any nature since the energy and moisture associated with the system appears rather weak here. And forecast discussion around New England here. A cold front moves offshore this morning and high pressure builds in with a drier weather and less humidity for today and Friday. And a Hurricane Cristobal will pass well offshore today, bringing dangerous surf and whip currents to south facing the ocean beaches of Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Pleasant late summer weather will continue on Saturday. A front will slowly move across New England late Sunday and Monday, bringing scattered showers and thunderstorms. Forecast remains on track for this morning, have increased temperatures slightly as they are warmer and quicker than previously forecast. Regardless, dew points have been falling around morning along the comfortable air. Winds have started to pick up across the interior and have increased them accordingly. This is supported by buff kit, sand and which showed mixed up to 850 millibars, and anticipate during winter CO2 to develop today as there is still moisture linger around the 850 millibar level at dry air. Okay, take a look at our W high risk of rip currents here from Misquamish in Rhode Island, stretching out for Horseneck and Dartmouth in the Massachusetts and southern Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket Islands here, and moderate risk of rip currents from Park Sound into Chatham, and a low risk rip current from Plymouth all the way up into Salisbury, Massachusetts here, and water temperatures around the 71 degree range from New Bedford all the way down to Misquamish, 68, 69 water temperatures around Nantucket, and 69 degrees for the water temperature from Park Sound to Chatham with 6 to 8 foot serves here, and 1 to 2 feet and 68 degrees from Salisbury all the way down to Plymouth here. And today it's going to be a beautiful, terrific Thursday on tap here. Temperatures seeing of 72 to 82 degrees here. And let's take a look at our weather notes here. 2 ports mostly comfortable in the 50s. Building cumulus clouds up in northern New England here, and high today 67 to 80 degrees and high surf advisory. Cape and Islands, southeast Massachusetts, Rhode Island coast, and Maine and New Hampshire coastlines at tonight, slows around region. 47 to 60 degrees at tomorrow's highs. It'll be 68 to 79 degrees here. And if you're going to view high spread, remain in safe areas well away from splashing waters, and larger than normal waves can sweep a person in the water from what may seem to be a safe area and falling into the often turbulent and sometimes rocky waters can result in injury that reduces the chance of survival. And always obey the instructions of lifeguards during times of high spread rip currents are likely to occur. These currents are narrow and fast moving and pull people away from the shore. If caught in rip current, remain calm, think clearly, don't fight the current, and swim parallel to the shore until you get out of the current, then swim to the shore. And take a look at the Peter Chell time machine here. We're going to go to Sunday, August 28th, 2011, and that is when Hurricane Irene had weakened to a tropical storm when it made landfall on Long Island and southern New England. Regardless, extreme rainfall resulted in a very serious flash flooding across western and northern New England there. Tropical storm force winds knocked out power to over 1 million customers in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, and significant storm surge flooding occurred on the Connecticut coastline here. And we had about 1 to 3 inches of rain in eastern New England there, and maximum rainfall 15 to 18 inches in Catskills and southeastern New York. And I survived Irene because I was out of power for 45 hours at my house here in Norton here, and I survived Hurricane Irene very well, like I survived Hurricane Bob back in 1999 when I was a 5-year-old in Norton, Massachusetts here. So 3 years ago, Hurricane Irene hits New England as a tropical storm. And let's flash forward to 2014 here as we take a look at a view from the outside here. And it shows, oh, it's a clear, beautiful Thursday on tap. So if you've got any outdoor activities, you can do them in the wet. And if you're on the beach, be careful of the rip currents here. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. For today, we are going to see some mostly sunny skies, high near 82 degrees in northwest, wind about 10 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear skies, low in 54 degrees, northwest, wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high near 75 degrees, northeast, wind about 6 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear skies, low in 53 degrees and light south wind. For Saturday, mostly sunny skies, near 77 degrees and south wind about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Saturday night, patchy fog after 5 a.m. and otherwise partly cloudy skies, low in 64 degrees. Sunday, chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. Patchy fog before 7 a.m. otherwise partly sunny skies, near 86 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Sunday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms, most cloudy skies, low in 69 degrees and chance of precipitation 40%. Labor Day, chance of showers and thunderstorms, most cloudy skies, high near 82 degrees and chance of precipitation 50%. And Monday night, chance of showers and patchy fog after 4 a.m. otherwise most cloudy skies, high low in 67 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Tuesday, patchy fog before 8 a.m. and otherwise partly sunny skies near 85 degrees. Tuesday night, chance of showers, most cloudy skies, low in 65 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. And for Wednesday, most sunny skies near 83 degrees here. And if you go into the Deutsche Bank Championship, the golf tournament up the street here in Norton, today it's going to be beautiful for the Pro-Am Championship on Today, first and second rounds on Friday and Saturday will look good with sunny skies around 75 and 77 degrees. Sunday, the third and fourth rounds on Sunday and Monday, a little iffy here because of shower and thunderstorm chance after 3 p.m. because being out on a golf course during thunder and lightning can be dangerous. So, if thunder wars, go indoors, or if at a golf course, stay safe and try to eye the sky for storms here. Peters, what a phrase of the day. A terrific Thursday in town. And that's me for the Peter Channel News on this August 28th, 2014 on a Thursday afternoon. I'm Peter J. Wish you have a good day, and I'll be seeing you at 5 o'clock. Have a good day with a good positive attitude here.